Hi, this is Eli Kransberg from Production Expert. In this video, we're going to take a look at Soothe2 from Oeksound. Now, what is Soothe2? It's a dynamic resonance suppressor. So what is that exactly? It's not really an EQ, even though these look like EQ bands. It's not a multi-band compressor. It does a little bit of both, but it's a modern tool for modern problems with a modern interface, and it's really intuitive and powerful. Now, I'm going to start by playing you a little mix I have, and I have this on the rhythm guitar part, and I'll play it for you first, and we'll hear what the problem is. This is bypassed. So you can hear there's a real nasty resonance in the low end. It's got a nice bright cut to it, but there's a real honk down low, and it clashes with the bass in the mix. So I'm going to start by setting some rough EQ adjustments. Now, one of the improvements in Soothe2 is some new improved filters at the top, and I know I just really want to work on the low end. So let me bring these over. I really want to limit the range. I'm probably going to be working somewhere around there. And let's set this one around here, and let's dial it in. We'll listen in delta mode so we can zero in on the problem area. You can use the command key to adjust the Q. So somewhere around there is where the problem is. Let's take it out of delta mode and dial up the depth. You can see how much it's pulling out here. You can dial this up, pull out wider bands. Now that's doing a good job. Here it is bypassed. And in. So it's really taking care of that honk. Let's hear it in context. Here's an interesting example of Soothe2 on a bass track. Here's bypassed, and listen to a bit of this arrangement. I want to get the kick and snare to fit together a bit better. So let me enable this, and I've more or less got it set up in place. I've got the kick drum feeding into the sidechain input. So that means when I enable this, Soothe is going to act upon that signal, but apply it to the bass. So let's listen to what's going on here. Now I've got this dialed up very aggressively. It's bypassed. Enabled. Now listen to what happens when I engage the sidechain. All of a sudden, the kick and the bass sort of fit together nice and tight, and we can see it dipping here. And let's listen in delta mode. So that's the bass drum that it's hearing. I want it right around there. And let's listen in context. Sidechain out. And in. So all the low end on the bass is staying there, but the kick is just nestled into a nice little space that's carved out. I think this works really well for that. And I've got the depth way up high. Let me dial it back and again, show you the difference with it in and out. In this case, I like it really aggressive. but not quite in hard mode. It's too much. I've got this dialed up fairly aggressively. Bypass. This is Eli Kransberg for Production Expert.